Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? And welcome back to Old RPG Gaming. And today we're playing Smackdown vs Raw 2006 General Manager mode, and this is episode 2. In our first episode then, we drafted the new roster, and I showed you a couple of sneaky tactics just to get the upper hand on your competition. Now, that kind of went not completely to plan with the whole Joy Giovanni thing, because she won a couple of the matches, but other than that little hiccup, I think that first episode worked really well. We got our ratings back with the big matches in the second week, and there you can see in the first week we tried to basically destroying Joy Giovanni so that we could send her over to Smackdown where she's stuck in contract, yada yada yada. You heard it all in the first one, but bottom line is it seemed to have worked. We've got back even with the fans. I think we may even be just ahead. We'll just have a quick look at that. We're just slightly ahead. We've got 1 week now, well 2 weeks even, and then we've got Backlash, which is our first pay-per-view. So this episode then we're going to try and set up our first couple of rivalries, hopefully smash the main event on the cards each week, smash the pay-per-view, and the other thing I was going to say to you guys is I'm going to try and on the first playthrough of GM mode, I put these episodes to like as close as I could to 45 minutes. I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time. I'm going to try and go 20-25 minutes, so they're a little bit shorter. It doesn't take anything away from how much we're going to be playing the game, because you know I'm still going to play it start to finish, and there'll just be slightly more episodes, that's all. So that's the plan. Let's get on with today, shall we? So we want to always hype our main event for the ratings, and then we're going to run advertising promo to keep the cash up. So our main event, we want singles matches to start rivalries, and we're going to go Hulk Hogan, and I think he's our WWE champion. The Undertaker, yes he is. So they're going to enter a rivalry, the Dead Man versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the non-Hollywood version. For the WWE Championship. I know the titles were on the line last week, but it would just be good. It helped the ratings. There's no negative really, and it gives the superstars a title shot, which is a good way to keep them happy and from whinging. The next single match then is going to be our other two big superstars, which are Batista, yes, Kurt Angle, who was Triple H. And who was the other big superstar we had? I think it was either Shawn Michaels or Batista. Michaels we could put against Triple H. We all know that rivalry. If you don't know that rivalry, get yourself on YouTube, search the rivalry up, and it will be the greatest rivalry you have ever seen. Let's try and relive it. We go Triple H versus Shawn Michaels in a singles match. We put it for the Intercontinental title as well. If Shawn wins that will even out their popularity, which is again good. Match 4, we start one more rivalry then, and we're going to do it with the Divas. So as we can't move the matches directly on the card, we'll make it match 3. So we want to go singles match, and then we're going to put who is our women's champion. It's not Lita anymore, it's not Stacy, it's Tori. Okay, so Trish and Tori Wilson going to be in a rivalry for the women's champion. Again, it's on the line. And then match 4, let's put our tag titles on the line just so it's a full week of titles. That was Edge and Muhammad Hassan, this little guy here. Let's put some big boys in there as well with them. We'll put Batista in with who we got? JBL, Kane, Kurt Angle, Randy Orton. Let's put Orton and Batista, because ex-Evolution partners, they'll be able to get the job done hopefully. We'll hit continue, tag titles on the line for that one. One thing that, you correct me if I'm wrong of course, but I don't think there's any restrictions on the titles in this one like there was in 2007, so you can literally put the title on the line against anyone. Just for the sake of me blurting that out without really checking, let's check that. Our lowest superstar is Paul London. And there you go, you can put the title on the line. So that whole like Power 25 thing is is non-existent because it was brought in 2007. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. So if a superstar whinges him, we can actually give him a title shot, which is a little bit annoying in the 2007 one when they whinge about wanting a shot at the gold, but they don't actually qualify for the match. We go singles all the way through as we had high intensity last week on the matches themselves. In fact, let's go singles with managers just so we can use up some more of the superstars. Kane can take on Rey Mysterio. Actually, we got higher popularities, haven't we? Let's have Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle, Christy Hemme, and Paul London. He didn't get used last week, so we used Paul London. And then our first match, I think, is just a single. Kane and who has not been used? Lita, Stacy, JBL, Ric Flair. Right, we've actually got quite a few there, so let's go handicap, tag on trio, and we'll use all 5. So JBL and Ric Flair take on Kane and the 2 Divas, which are somewhere. Can they not be entered? They can't be entered in a handicap? Well, that's bullshit, because we know they can go in a handicap. I don't understand why that has happened. Let's make it then a fatal 4-way, and we can use 4 of them. So Lita and Stacy we want to use because we want to keep their popularities either at least attempting to be high, and JBL and Kane. So who's the one person that wasn't used this week? Ric Flair. That's okay, the Nature Boy is 59 popularity, that is. It'll be alright. There we go. So there's our setup for Raw this week. Hopefully we gain a couple more fans and we start some important rivalries for our show. Let's hit continue, and then we want to simulate all. Stacy Keibler wins the fatal 4-way. How the fuck that works, I don't know. Kurt Angle and Christy Hemme beat Rey Mysterio and Paul London. Trish lost the women's title. Tori Wilson was the champion. She retained it against Trish Stratus, which is fantastic. Well done, Tori Wilson. Edge and Muhammad Hassan are still the World Tag Team Champions. That's that's quite an achievement actually, because Batista and Orton they were a good team and part of Evolution as well. Match 5, Shawn Michaels claims the Intercontinental Championship from Triple H, and Hulk Hogan is the WWE Champion, newly crowned. Hopefully then the rivalries were started. Let's see what the fans thought of it. Fan change has gone to Smackdown this week. How much by? 10,000, so that is the lowest amount that can be swapped in the shows. I think you don't have like hundreds, it's in tens of thousands, so that's not bad. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, Undertaker and Hulk Hogan, Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio, Trish and Tori. Well, that one wasn't intentional, but it has been started. And obviously our Divas were intentional, and so were the other 2. Let's just take a quick look at everybody's fatigue. Under the halfway now, so 1 more week and then we can give them big matches at the pay-per-views. Rey Mysterio keeps losing, Trish Stratus keeps losing. Well, that is okay. We can put those 2 in the match in their rivalry, so it will be Trish and Rey take on Tori. We'll break the Rey Mysterio Kurt Angle rivalry just because I think 3 is enough to stay on top of at the moment. We got it all in order. We got a 3-star rating. Smackdown pulled in a 3-star rating, but they did get the 4-star match. So that was the difference this time. Hopefully we can still pull in a few fans just before the pay-per-view. Main event then. Actually, I've done that completely wrong. I want to hype the pay-per-view and hype the main event. So our main event is going to be a singles match again. Actually, let's make it singles with manager, and we can use Kurt Angle as the other superstar. So we want... No. Oh, I can't choose Hulk because he's on this side. Come on. Right, Hulk Hogan, who won last week against Undertaker and Kurt Angle. Hopefully that'll give Taker the win, and then it doesn't matter who's going to win at the pay-per-view, because neither of them will really be on a losing streak. So that's our main event. Continue, non-title this week. Match 5 will set up the other one, Triple H. He actually lost his title last week, so Shawn Michaels, there you go, even the popularity out. Non-title again this week. If Shawn wins, they'll both be 83 rated, which is fantastic going into the pay-per-view, as they're evenly matched, and you know, either of them could win. That is good. Match 4, we go for our Divas then, and we want to make sure that Trish Stratus wins this time. So we put Trish with Rey Mysterio, because they've both been losing, against Tori. Again, Tori really shouldn't win with the numbers game against her, but we'll see. Hopefully it goes to plan. Sometimes things don't. We see it quite a lot in manager mode. Things don't always go to plan. Batista, you can have a one-on-one with Randy Orton. Work out who cost you the match last week. Whose fault was it? Scrap it out. Start a rivalry. Match 2 then. Let's go. Triple threat. JBL, Edge, and Kane in a triple threat. Awesomeness. Match 1, we just have... Can we have Diva tag teams? Do we have enough? We need to use Ric Flair. He wasn't used last week. Muhammad Hassan, Paul London. What have we got? We've got Christy, Lita, Stacy. So we've got another 3, and we got 3 there. So we want something that's 6. We want something that's 6, really. Tag team, 6-man tag. There we go. That works. So Paul London, Muhammad Hassan, and one of the Divas. Again, the Divas can't be used. That is shit. That really is shit. Okay. What about if we go tag with managers and have the Divas as managers? Does that work? Yes, right. Lita and Stacy as the managers, and then one team will have Muhammad Hassan, Paul London take on Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, and the beautiful Christy Hemme, wherever she is. Nope, can't be selected. That sucks ass. I don't know why it won't let us do it in the tag matches. Let's just select Kane here and see if it'll let us do it here. Let me choose Christy Hemme. Can I choose Lita in here? No. It won't have it, will it? Really don't understand why. Okay. Well, in that case then, we'll just go Fatal 4-Way. We know the females can be used in that. And it's going to mean 2 people sit out this week. So, Paul London, you can come in. Ric Flair, you got the rest last week, so you can come in. We'll put Stacy Keibler, and we'll give Lita a break this week with Muhammad Hassan, and put Christy Hemme in. She could really use some popularity if she does manage to win, that is. Right, so that is the one before our pay-per-view. We're all set up. Let's hit continue, hit simulate. Oh, nice. Christy Hemme did actually get that win that I was just on about, so that'll do wonders for her popularity. Kane won the triple threat match. Randy Orton defeats Batista. Trish and Rey get the win, which is fantastic because it continues, hopefully it continues the rivalry between the Divas. It evens them out. They've both lost 1-1 in their rivalry, and it stops the other 2 moaning, of course. Shawn Michaels beats Triple H, so they should be bang even, 83 apiece. And Undertaker and Kurt Angle get the win over Hulk Hogan. That week, that card we just set up on Raw actually went to plan literally to the T, so that is fantastic. Fan change has gone to Raw. We actually took 50,000 fans before the pay-per-view, so that's pretty cool. I did just see a notice for expiring contract, and it's Christy. Well, she's nice and cheap at the moment. We get a 3-month contract in there and worry about everybody else later. Fatigue is nice and low, ready for the pay-per-view. And Batista keeps losing. Of course you keep losing, but it's all going to change, don't you worry. So Shawn Michaels and Triple H has got 1 thumbs up straight away. Same with Undertaker and Hogan. Trish and Tori, and Batista and Orton was another one we started. We may continue it, we may not. Let's see how the pay-per-view card plans out. So heading into Backlash then, let's go straight for our main event. We'll make it, I want to make it big, but I don't want to risk any injuries. Let's go for, I mean, Last Man Standing, Hell in a Cell and Iron Man are the best three that we could use, but unfortunately they're also the highest in fatigue. So I think if we go for a steel cage match this time round, it's one less on fatigue, but it's still, you know, they're inside an iron structure, steel structure, you could say, whatever it's made of, probably paper mache, and it is going to be for the WWE Championship. May the best legend win. Match 5 then, we're going to do our other rivalry. We'll put these guys in the main event. They're a little bit younger, they can take a little bit more. 15-minute Iron Man match between Shawn Michaels and Triple H. There we go. They're both actually 84 rated, so the rivalry's starting to work straight away. Triple H didn't actually lose any popularity for losing the match. I think that is because he's in the rivalry. That's for the Intercontinental title. Hopefully those aren't the wrong way round. We will find out. Match 4 then is going to be a main event. Let's have a Battle Royal, 4-man Battle Royal, and this is going to be for the women's title. So we need our 2 divas who are in a rivalry, here and here, and then Christy Hemi's been playing well, so she's deserved the title shot in my opinion. Lita had the rest on the Monday Night Raw. Stacy Keibler's the high popularity. Stacy Keibler wins it. Do you know what, Christy? I love you, but Lita is probably more deserving of a shot at the moment, especially with the popularity. So there's our 3 rivalries put into 3 championship matches, and hopefully that's going to be the big sum of our stars when we get our ratings. Match 3 then, let's we can start using a couple more of these big matches now. Let's go for a ladder match. We'll have it single and manager. Batista was the one who was whinging, so we'll put Batista with, do you know what, let's put him with Kurt Angle and put him against Randy Orton. Now that's, yeah, it'll be okay. It is a rivalry match. If it gets the thumbs up, then it's another rivalry started. That can be our 4, and that will probably be our limit. Let's have a special referee Iron Man match. Actually, didn't I just do Iron Man? I think I did. No, ladder, Iron Man. Yes, right. In that case, we'll make it a special referee, a last man standing match. The referee we're going to put as Christy Hemme, just so she doesn't lose or win, but she's still involved. And Rey Mysterio can take on whoever's got the highest popularity, really. He doesn't have a rivalry at the moment. Who have we got? We got Edge on 63, JBL on 68. We'll go for JBL. Interesting match. And then match 4, let's just have another fatal 4-way. And we got Paul London, Edge, Muhammad Hassan and Kane. So there is our pay-per-view card set up, just to make sure we haven't left out anybody. We left out Flair again. I don't like leaving people out, but Muhammad Hassan actually has quite high popularity for my start, so they're all closer to 60 than Paul London, who's on 51. So we'll do that. That's our pay-per-view setup, guys. I'm going to hit continue, and I'm going to hit simulate, and let's see what happened to Backlash. Ric Flair, he got put in as a last minute swap for Paul London, and he wins the Fatal 4-Way at Raw's first pay-per-view. Hats off to the Nature Boy. JBL wins a special referee match in the Last Man Standing. Randy Orton defeats Batista and Kurt Angle in a ladder match. Well, 3rd generation superstar. He's living up to the hype. He's the future of the WWE. Tori Wilson, wow, now that is special, because Battle Royal, as you may or may not know, works in like an elimination. So she's obviously made it through at some point, whether she was involved in it or not. all three of the other divas to retain her title. And with the rivalry as well, you know Trish would have been gunning for her. Well done, Tori Wilson. You are still the women's champion. Match 5 then. Who is our IC champion? Triple H wins the Iron Man match and wins back his title. That will be good for the rivalry. And hopefully gets good match rating being an Iron Man match as well. WWE Championship in a steel cage match is now with the Dead Man. The Phenom is the WWE Champion. He gets the win over Hulk Hogan. Let's see what the fans thought of it, guys. Obviously we're going to get the fan change. There we go. Raw, how many? 525,000. Over 500,000 people come over to Raw to watch our epic pay-per-view. I'm happy with that. It pulled in a 4-star show rating, you can see at the bottom there. The only bad thing is Triple H got a serious injury. Take a positive from a negative, it's only for 2 weeks. So while he is out of action, it's not the end of the world, you know. Winner and new champion, what is this? Undertaker about becoming a new champion, and Tori about defending, and there's a bit about Christy Hemmy's new contract as well. So Triple H dislocated shoulder, 2 weeks, better than 16 weeks in the previous game. For that, we could strip him of his title, end his rivalry and all that, but do you know what, as he's only 2 weeks in, I'm going to do that. Only because, oh, no, it has to be 5 or more. Well, we'll keep his rivalry going then. If you watched my first playthrough, then this is nothing new to you guys. I chop and change my mind literally as I'm saying it. Sorry about that. Lita keeps losing. Batista we know keeps losing, so we'll pair them up and try and get them a victory this week. Triple H, yep, high fatigue. Shawn Michaels was lucky to escape injury free. And the Divas are quite high at the moment as well. If we look at popularity then, everybody is doing well. They're higher than everybody's higher than they started in at least a point. So that is a good thing. Kane being the only exception, he started on 66 and has dropped 1 point, but you know, he's not going to be really mainly involved in the big stuff at the top, so all is okay. Let's go and take a look at what the individual match ratings were for Backlash. 2 4-stars down here. The Randy Orton Batista match outdone the Women's Championship match. Probably a little bit sexist there, because Tori to retain the title in a 4-woman battle royal was pretty impressive, but never mind. 4-star overall, happy with that, guys. Let's do one more week of Raw, and that'll be pretty much it for this episode. I know what I said about the time, trying to cut these episodes a little bit down, but I I fucking lost track of time, but hopefully it's around somewhere there. Let's go rivalry and place a match for Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and then we've also got to protect his popularity with the inactive superstar thing that we can do. So can we find Triple H? No, we can't actually protect his popularity then, because he's injured. That sucks. Injury return promo we can run next week. That'll boost the popularity that he loses this week. That's fine, as long as we keep the rivalry going between them, it'll be fine. So in that case then, we can hype the main event, and the main event of course is going to be The Undertaker and Hulk Hogan. We'll do singles and managers again, non-title, and we will put Batista with, there he is, Batista can go with Hulk Hogan. Should give these two guys a win, as Undertaker won at the main event. Again, keeping it balanced out, and hopefully we'll end Batista's little win she's got going on. Non-title, match 5, Shawn Michaels can have a match, but because we run the promo, so we'll put him with Kurt Angle. Should be a pretty cool match. We don't want to start a rivalry though, so we'll make that something slightly different. Let's make it just a submission match. We don't really want to go too high with the fatigue for Shawn Michaels, but we don't want to start a rivalry between him and Kurt Angle. So we go for submission signal and leave that one. Match 4. Our Divas can face off in a single match. That is fine. And that was the Women's Champion Tori Wilson and her rival Trish Stratus. That's lovely there. Match 3. Let's get Rey Mysterio. Where are you, little man? JBL and Rey Mysterio, why not? They faced off a couple weeks ago as well, didn't they? Actually, JBL and Randy Orton, I forgot he's a lot higher on the popularity. This one then, we're going to have... Let's have some more divas. Let's have Lita and Stacy Keibler in there. And then our first match, let's go triple threat. We will use Rey now, so Paul London, Rey Mysterio, wherever you may be. And yeah, let's use Ric Flair. So a couple of superstars didn't get used this week, but there's a fair few single matches. Not the end of the world, it's all good. Continue, simulate. Paul London wins the triple threat. Lita beats Stacy Keibler. JBL beats Randy Orton. Trish beats Tori, which is good for Trish, otherwise she'll start whinging. Shawn Michaels gets a win over Kurt Angle, and there we go, Batista is now happy again, as him and Hulk Hogan have defeated The Undertaker. Hopefully our rivalry is carrying on then with this guy who's just been injured, for fuck's sake. That's the end of that rivalry then. Smackdown gaining fans back, of course, because it's after a pay-per-view, but only a tenth of what we took at the pay-per-view, which is fine. Minor injury for Shawn Michaels. We'll see how long that is for in a second. 1 week, minor injury. He can still be used. Just 1 week. He's got to be careful. Did the rivalry carry on? Yes, it did. Undertaker and Hogan's as well. Lita and Stacy Keibler. Blah 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 blah. Trish and Tori as well, going well. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the fatigue to start with. Shawn Michaels, yeah, he needs to be careful, doesn't he? Especially with the minor injury. You can see Undertaker's is dropping, Triple H being inactive, his is dropping, and Hogan's is dropping as well, which is good. So 1 more week and then we will be clear of injuries. Everybody's contract's still fine. Who is happy, who is not? Stacy keeps losing. Now, let's try and use Stacy in the Diva rivalry. Let's give her to Tori when she defends her title next week, as a little safety net to make sure, 1, that Stacy wins, and 2, that Tori keeps the championship, because it's good for rivalry. Rivalries are good for ratings. Right guys, that's pretty much it for this episode, because I want to try and keep these shorter. No idea if I've actually managed to do that, because I lost track of time. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit like if you have. You know, thumbs up button shows me that you're enjoying it, and it means a lot, because then I know that you're just awesome. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. That's always a good one as well. We like subscribe. I'm losing my words. I'll see you in the next one, guys, before I tongue twist myself. Cheers. Also guys, if you want to get your own channel art or logo personally done for you, get in touch with the graphics designer that done my channel art. The Skype address is on the screen.